Aries, hello, hello. How are you guys? I hope you all are doing well. I apologize for the delay in getting your reading out. This week has been kind of crazy for me personally. I'm just feeling a little on edge. Didn't feel like it was fair to give you a reading while my energy was like that. But I'm curious to hear how these energies this week have affected you. We had a new moon in Taurus, and then today, I believe, the 13th, Venus is going to be moving into Gemini. So I'm curious to hear how that may be affecting you, so comment down below. Let's go ahead and get some messages for you from Spirit for the remainder of this week for Aries. Please, Spirit. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and not all of the messages will resonate for you. Take what resonates, you know all of it. Leave what doesn't. Don't try to make it fit. Aries, for my Aries people. I feel like you guys are really taking a good hard look at your relationships during this time. For Aries, please, Spirit. What does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know at this time? What does Aries need to know at this time, Spirit? What messages do you have for Aries right now? What messages do you have for Aries, please? What messages do you have for Aries at this time? Okay. We have disruption at the bottom of the deck, material harvest, harmony, and fulfillment of wishes. Interesting. So you may be looking into your relationships at this time, whether that's work, career, partnership, romantic, familial, sibling, parent. And I see just harmony in that. But I want to look into this disruption a little bit, see what this is all about. Spirit, can you tell me? Okay, tell me about the disruption card. Throat chakra. Are you feeling like you can't speak your mind, like you are holding back a little bit during this time in order to keep the peace in these relationships? Is that what this is about? Disruption and throat chakra, please. Disruption and throat chakra. You have partnerships and alliances. Okay. So I feel like this is probably having to do with work. Like you're feeling like you're restricted and you can't really have a voice. But on the other side of that, I feel like you're doing well in your relationships and you're feeling very fulfilled, but you're wishing to be able to have a little bit more say, more being able to vocalize a little bit more in those relationships. Accelerated motion. Let's get some cards on that one. Spirit, please tell me about this accelerated motion, please. Spiritual strength and love begins. Yeah, I feel like this probably just has to do with self-worth, right? Maybe restricting yourself in that, feeling like you're not worthy of speaking up or speaking your mind. But I see you going within and working on that, right? And working on this self-love and therefore seeing advancements in your spiritual strength. Can we get some advice for Aries during this time? Obstacles and challenges and stand your ground. Absolutely. I feel like deep down you know what it is that you want to go for and achieve, right? And Aries typically doesn't have a problem with going forward or speaking their mind generally. But I feel like maybe you feel like there's obstacles in that, red tape, so to speak, maybe a pecking order, right? Like you can't say things, you feel like you can't. But I think Spirit's telling you, you can do it tactfully, right? Stand your ground. Work on being patient. You had the waiting game that came out. Maybe you asked for something at work. Maybe you communicated something at work that went against the grain, right? Went against the majority. And Spirit's just telling you, just be patient and stand your ground, that this will come. Any other messages for Aries, please? Spiritual union. What? Aries, you have love begins in spiritual union. Okay. Maybe this has to do more with love than it does career. 5:55 on the clock. And you have movement, choices, and decisions. Okay. So I feel like, okay, here's what I feel. You have had something that you've wanted to communicate, get out, that you've been processing internally, so as to not come off harsh or too strong. And you feel like now's the time to communicate this message. And you're going to have choices and decisions to make in this. Do you say what you feel? Do you not? Really interesting. Any other messages for Aries during this time? Either way, I see things going in your favor and going well. I see a fulfillment of your wishes. I see unions, harmony, material abundance, spiritual abundance. I see movement, foundation, and achievements. I feel like this is going to go well for you, whether that is, romantic or otherwise. All right. Any other messages for Aries during this time? Any other messages for Aries during this time? Passion ignited and hope. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I feel like this conversation or whatever it is that you have to say is going to go over well because you took the time to really plan and think about how this would be received by whoever it is that you're speaking to. And it's going to go well. It's going to go really well for you. Let's do a Chakra Wisdom Oracle card for my Aries people. Let's see what Spirit just wants you to focus on during this time, what you can work on right now. For Aries, please, Spirit. For my Aries people, what should they know or focus on during this time, please? For Aries, please, Spirit. For Aries, what do they need to know or focus on during this time? For Aries, please, Spirit. Prayer. Any other messages or what would you like them to focus on during this time? Okay, yeah. So you got prayer, confusion, and dissipating. Yeah. So I feel like maybe that's what that disruption was when it came to your throat chakra, right? You felt confused about how to communicate this message, right? These messages that you want to communicate to other people, you felt like they weren't going to come across clear enough. And I feel like that's dissipating for you. Spirit's saying prayer is so important. Like I said, whether you're spiritual, religious, whatever that is for you, focus on your faith at this time. Focus on your spirituality and pray. Talk to your angels, talk to your guides, ask them for guidance, ask them for clarity, ask them to help you when you're speaking with others during this time, to get your message across. because I feel like what you have to say is extremely important, not only to you, but for others. And I feel like you should go for it because you've already taken the time to figure out how to say it tactfully, if that makes sense. All right, Aries. Let's see what messages your angels have for you during this time. What messages do you have for Aries during this time? What wisdom or guidance do you want to give them during this time? 2 more shuffles for my Aries. What messages do you want to give Aries during this time, please, Spirit? What guidance, wisdom do you want to give them during this time, Aries? Assertiveness and acceptance. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like I want to read this one to you. Assertiveness. This situation can be healed gently and with love as you've requested. Yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. Exactly. Was I not just talking about this? Just ask them to be with you during this time when you have this conversation. I feel like it may come across as a difficult conversation for you. It's maybe a topic you don't enjoy talking about, and I feel like you're just really needing to ask for that guidance during this time. So, all right, Aries, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to connect with your energy. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I'm newer to YouTube, and your support would just mean the absolute world to me. If you would please like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts going forward, how I can make these videos and these messages better for you. Again, thank you so much, and I look forward to connecting with your energy next week. Thank you so much, Aries. Take care.